Lonnie.
Okay, we're not done. Listen, Western New Jersey, basically done with the accumulating snow. Maybe a few little streamers come through. For New York City, we're not done. I still think we're going to talk about accumulating snow over the next hour, maybe hour and a half. And then I think we're done with really the accumulating snow. Taking a look outside, I wanted to change the vantage point, show you, hey, that's my entrance. That's our entrance, Dana.
There's no place like home.
Click your heels, Dana, 3 times. You can see here by the street lights how the snow is coming down. I remember as a kid, boy, I remember looking out at night, and I had a street light right outside my bedroom window. And when I saw that starting to happen, I'm like, ooh, no school. Well, hey, we've got school in New York City tomorrow. This is all going to be winding down. Didn't pick up the big totals in New York City. You see the roadways. They are collecting snow right now, but boy, it's a slushy snow here in New York City. It's 33 degrees. You still have the bouts of heavy snow coming through the area. And again, I think that's possible right until about 7:30, maybe 8 o'clock. So this storm, how do you sum it up? Well, there was a big difference the minute you stepped foot over the Hudson River. That was the dividing line. Remember yesterday I showed you this dotted red line? And I said, this is going to be the critical line. It's going to separate the air masses that's got more rain than snow to the air mass that has more snow than rain. I thought it was going to be set up, honestly, right over, say, Brooklyn and Queens, set up over the Hudson River. Not a huge amount of miles you got to travel, but that little distance made a big change in our forecast in New York City. But west of the Hudson, double digits galore. I mean, I got some 1.5-foot readings out there. New York City, you spent over half the day in the rain. I mean, you're accumulating snow now, but it wasn't until you got into your afternoon. New York City, I think, finishes up in that 3 to 6 inch range. Around town right now, Rego Park in Queens, 2.8, Staten Island, 2.6, Little Neck in Queens, 2.0, JFK, 2.2, JFK is 2.0, Central Park, 1.3. All of those numbers recorded at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So, you know, we could have picked up sometimes an inch an hour at times during that. So maybe you throw another inch or two on top of that. But I think it's fair to say we will finish up in a 3 to 6 inch range. These are my forecasted numbers. Whereas Caldwell, New Jersey is so close. We'll be at like 11 inches to finish things up. Plainview probably finishes up around 6.5, maybe more if you get a heavier band coming through. And then we're 3 to 6 around the boroughs. Okay, here's how we were seeing it. And again, with that rain-snow line setting up right over, you know, sort of cutting right through Brooklyn and Queens, it didn't. It cut on top of the Hudson, so you had to squeeze that 6 to 10 and expand that 3 to 6. The 10 to 16 held true. Out there right now, here's a good band. All right, that's still got accumulating snow that has yet to make its way through New York City and also out to the islands. But notice the island right now sucking in all of this dry slop that's moving over portions of Suffolk County and even into eastern Nassau County. That's sort of keeping you from getting into some bigger totals. Here's some streamers that will make their way through tonight, but overall, you're kind of starting to wind things down. Here's your 7-day forecast here. 42 tomorrow, 42 on Friday. Pretty decent looking days. I want to point out Monday, that's our next chance for a coastal storm. 34 the low, borderline 43 the high. We've got to watch that one. My colleague Elise Finch has been out. Boy, Elise, you've been doing such a great job out here. I get to stay inside, and you're doing the heavy lifting. I applaud you here in Columbus Circle. What are you dealing with right now?
Hey, Lonnie, actually, you know, it's been interesting. It's beautiful out here, I will say that. But when we first got here, we were getting more rain than snow. And then we've had sort of periods where we've had some heavy snow right now, pretty light. Take a look, though, when we first got here, this whole plaza area in Columbus Circle was basically just wet. It was hard to tell if it was actually even snowing. It looked like it was kind of just raining. Of course, now we've picked up a couple of inches. Things are pretty slushy. And not only are they slushy here on the walkway in any place that hasn't been shoveled, they're also slushy on the corners. So you can see I'm moving toward the corner here. I don't want to go too far out of the range here, but you can see we've got some slushy conditions at the corner, so much so that, I mean, it's almost like, you know, break out the ballet slippers, do a grand jeté. Yeah, you need a big jump over some of this. So we're seeing people sort of walking around it because walking through it can be a little bit difficult. And you can see right in front of me, we've got everywhere you go, we've just had these slushy conditions here. So things are not too easy to navigate, especially if you don't have on the right footwear. We take a look at the street here, and you can see that cars, for the most part, not really having any issues driving around, but it is slow going, as it should be. Yeah, it's definitely slippery, and as you step off almost any curb, you are going to encounter perhaps puddles of water. So people, if you're heading out tonight or even tomorrow, you definitely want to be mindful of that. The other thing we want to talk about is just the temperatures here. We, with the Mobile Weather Lab, we continue continue to see temperatures hovering right around that freezing mark. That's been the case pretty much for all the hours that we've been here. So we never really got incredibly cold. What it did get at times was windy. Right now, the wind's pretty calm, so being out here isn't terrible. May not be the worst time to start shoveling if that's something that needs to happen where you are. We are live with the Mobile Weather Lab in Columbus Circle, and with that, I'll send it back to you.
All right. Thank you so much.